We are discussing the basics of vortex breaker, its type, their comparison, and their application. So in previous part we talked about the literature part. We looked into the definitions. We tried to understand the types, their comparison, and few important points. In this part we are going to cover the quiz section, right, which is there after this, just below this image. This image is representing the disk type and cross type vortex breakers. So now let us start with the quiz. First section is talking about the purpose, right? Why are vortex breakers used in engineering when emptying a tank? As we talked about this thing in last video also in detail. Now we are saying why we are using these vortex breaker. First option is to increase air entrapment. Do we want to increase air entrapment in the downstream items? No. To disrupt the flow of liquid intentionally, we don't want to disrupt anything, right? To prevent the formation of vortex, yes, this can be answered. To protect equipment from excessive stress, yes, ultimately it can save the equipment from excessive stress also. But the main question here is the uses of vortex. So we want to prevent it. We don't want any formation of vortex. So that is the main purpose of using vortex breaker. So let us see. So yes, this is the answer. If we have selected by mistake, if we select this, then we click on show, then it will be showing the wrong answer in red color and correct one will be highlighted in green. We have explanation also. Vortex breakers are used to prevent the formation of vortex. This is the first and topmost reason to use this item, right? Although this can uh, prevent any discharge, any air into the discharge stream, right, which can cause any kind of disruption in the flow. We don't want any disruption leading to stress on the equipment. So it is protecting the equipment from excessive stress also, but the main purpose is to prevent the formation of vortex. Now let us see types of vortex breaker. What are two main types of vortex breakers mentioned in the provided information, right? We looked into some literature here, so we know what kind of vortex breakers are available: circular, rectangular, disc type, single, double, inlet and outlet. It is very simple: disc and cross. So let us see. So this is the correct answer in green color. The two main types of vortex breakers mentioned are disc and cross. Now let us talk about the mechanism, how these disc type vortex breakers are working. How does a disc type vortex breaker prevent vortex formation? The main agenda of vortex breaker is to prevent the formation of any kind of vortex, right? How disc is performing its function: by enhancing axial flow, by disrupting rotational flow, by allowing unrestricted flow, by introducing vortex formation. No. So we know this is the answer. So we know the disc are obstructing the axial flows. Now cross type mechanism, how cross type are working, right? How cross type are preventing the formation: by enhancing axial flow, no. By disrupting rotational flow, yes, right? So we know this is the answer. We already discussed in detail this thing, and if you want we can look into this picture again. The cross type, it is disrupting the rotational flow, it is obstructing the axial flow. So these are the mechanisms which are used by these two. Effectiveness of disc versus, this is the next question, cross. How does the effectiveness of disc vortex breakers compare to the cross type vortex breaker? Which one is more effective? Disc type is not effective, disc type is highly effective. Both type are equally effective. Cross type is more effective. We know the breaker is prevented, vortex is prevented by disc type in more effective way. So let us see this one is correct or not. Yes, disc type vortex breakers are highly effective compared to cross type, which is not as effective. So this is the way we have this quiz with us. We have few questions, and you can click over the options. This is the best way to learn and to remember the things. So there are two more questions here. I would like to invite you to go to this link and you can attempt the remaining questions. So thank you very much for watching this. See you in the next part.